Hey YouTube, this is Fragments of Memory, aka the Armchair Philosopher. I saw Testizel's video, Black Men Bitching About Black Bitches. A degree doesn't equal, well, he said the other word, I'm gonna say sex. But anyway, in our culture, women say, I want a man with his own house, his own job, his own car. And of course, a degree is a guarantee, a degree seemingly is a guarantee for those things. Because once I have the education, I can get the nice job, which will guarantee me the nice house, which will guarantee me a pretty decent car. However, this is not necessarily true because I've seen cases where a guy is riding the bus. As I rely on public transportation, I see a guy riding the bus and he's rolling with some of the finest, good looking women. There are guys living at home with their grandma and they're having sex with some of the finest, good looking women. So it's not necessarily what you have. I think our culture, though focused on material possessions and academic achievements, isn't necessarily what a woman chooses because in many of my vids and many other vids that have been highlighted, we as men, excuse me, we hear women say, I want a good guy with these things, but they end up choosing the so called thug who doesn't necessarily have those things. So it must be something more. It may be something about a self awareness. One thing you did say is that sometimes maybe the guy has the academic sense, but he doesn't have the social skills. He doesn't have the confidence within himself. And I know that that expression self confidence is trite, it's overused. However, there's some validity in it. I believe that it would behoove everyone to know themselves, not what they want to be, not what they think they should be, but what they actually are. And then of course work towards that which they want to be. Work towards being that which they want to be. But for right now, acknowledge that hey, this is where I'm at right now. These are my limitations. This is what I'm working with. I also think that pop culture has bamboozled us every which way. On one hand, pop culture says you gotta get a blonde, big-breasted woman, or you've got to get a woman with the video vixen. You know, the thick thighs, the huge buttocks, the large breasts, the thick girl that's just ready to fulfill you in every which way possible. This is not reality. Just as we accuse women oftentimes of wanting Prince Charming from a Disney movie, too often we want the video vixen. We want the tip drill girl. You know, the girls in the tip drill video or the girl in the triple X-rated movie. And these are all unrealistic expectations, which will cripple us and impoverish us in the long run when it comes to finding love, finding a mate, finding a significant other. Now, there's also another thing that you did point out, and I have to agree with you. Getting out there and mixing it up and socializing. And that's the key, getting out there and risking rejection or risking getting shot down or risking humiliation. Many don't want to do this. Many want things that are automatic. We live in a culture of instant gratification, Testizel. I mean, instant food, instant spirituality, instant instant entertainment, instant sex even. I mean, if I can't necessarily physically get it, I can look at the pornographic website or buy a pornographic DVD and pleasure myself. So our mentality is our mentality is instant. And sometimes how does it go? That which we that which we obtain easily, we esteem lightly. I believe it was Thomas Paine who said that. And too often, we want the easy, we want the payoff, we want the immediate payoff. We don't want to have to struggle and climb through these mountains and jump through the hoops and walk through the obstacle course. We actually want it now. We sort of have a Veruca Salt mentality. Um, I will say that Lame is a subjective term. You know how people say you lame. Is he a lame? Well, no. Well, first off, that's subjective. Number one, because what's lame to me might not necessarily be lame to you. You feel me? Beautiful and ugly are also subjective terms. I've had guys say, "Man, she's hot. She's this. She's good looking." Like, for example, and I know I'm probably going to commit blasphemy to a lot of guys. I don't think Nicki Minaj looks good. I think she looks like some. Well, I don't find her attractive. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't find her attractive at all. There are other women I find more attractive. And it isn't always what the norm is. Attraction is not logical. And I've talked about this in a past vid that, attraction is not logical. I've been attracted to girls that at times, or women, I should say, at times when I'm like, I would never in a million. Some other guy would look at her and go, and I'd look at her and go, wow, something about her. I just have to be with her. I have to have her. What is it about her? And then there are other girls where everybody's like, man, you should get with that. You should get with that. And I'm like, doesn't do anything for me. So that too is subjective. What's beautiful, what's ugly, what's attractive, what's unattractive. That too is subjective because just like taste is subjective. For example, somebody will say so and so makes the best eggs, and another person will say so and so over here makes the best eggs, or so and so makes the best pancakes, or no, so and so over here makes the best pancakes. So we have that subjective term of who makes the best pancakes because our taste buds are different. Like there are certain flavors I don't like, and there are certain flavors that make me go wow. And of course I may be belaboring the point here, but you get my drift. So I think the best course of action would be don't be angry because someone didn't find you attractive. That's their choice. That's their perspective. They call it as they see it, not as you see it. Two, you just got to handle yourself. You have to deal with yourself. Whatever memories you have, whatever baggage you carry, roll with it, deal with it, and build yourself up. I guess that's the key word here. I do thank you for making that video, Testizel. You really, we shouldn't have the fox and the grapes, and you know the old Aesop fable. There's a vine of grapes. A fox comes along. He really wants the grapes. He sees them. They look delicious and tantalizing. He jumps up. He can't reach them. He tries to stretch. He can't reach them. And then finally, he just gives up after a long time of trying to get these grapes. And he says, they were probably sour anyway. And boom. The moral of the story, it's easy to scorn what you cannot have. So, and I think too many brothers are scornful right now. So they say, the grapes are probably sour anyway, in this case being the lady. Well, take care. Be easy like Sunday morning and be well. Bye.